Welcome to the library instruction session for SOC3394, Contemporary Sociological Theories. I'm Brian Quinn. I'm your personal librarian for sociology, and I'll be guiding you through your library instruction session for the next hour or so. So can everybody see the Texas Tech University Library's home page on the screen? Is that?
Yes, I can, Brian.
Okay, good.
We can too.
Okay, great. So this is the library's homepage. If you notice the address up at the top there, library.ttu.edu, that's how you get to this page on the internet. Good to keep that in mind. And so we're going to do some sample searches this morning. And the first search we're going to do, we're going to go into a database called Sociological Abstracts, which is the best database the library has for finding research about anything related to sociology. And the way that you can get in there is, if you notice on the library's homepage, there's a link there that says Databases A to Z. Does everybody see that? See that link there? Right there?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to click on that. And when I click on that, that's going to bring up the Find Database page. And what this is the library has almost 400 databases now in a variety of different subject areas. So in order to make it easier to find the ones that are relevant to your research, we've taken them and arranged them in subject categories. And if you notice on the Find Database page there, there's an option that says Category. So if you click on Category, that's going to bring up these two columns. And in the Category column on the left, you'll notice if you scroll down a little bit, one of the options there says Social Sciences. So if you click on Social Sciences, and when you click on that, in the subcategory column on the right, the options change. And if you scroll down, one of the options there says Sociology, Anthropology, and Social Work. So if I select that and then click Go, that's going to bring up a group of databases related to sociology, anthropology, and social work. And these are arranged alphabetically by title. So if I scroll down a little bit, and there's such a large listing here, I'm going to go to the next page. I'll click on Next. That'll take me to the next page. And if you notice down towards the end of the alphabet there, one of the options says Sociological Abstracts. So I'm going to click on that link, and that's going to take me into the Sociological Abstracts database. And when I click on that, that's going to bring up the advanced search screen for Sociological Abstracts. So let's try doing a search. In the search box, I'm going to type in symbolic interaction as our search terms, and then click on search. And when I click on search, it's going to search for research having to do with symbolic interaction. And it looks like it's found 7,598 articles having to do with symbolic interaction. So that's quite a large search result. So I'm going to try and narrow the search results, make the result a little bit more manageable. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on Modify Search. And when I click on Modify Search, that's going to take me back to the Advanced Search screen. And on the Advanced Search screen, down below the search box where you typed in symbolic interaction, Notice there's a second search box there, so I'm going to add a second search term in that second box and type in education as the second search term. And then click on search, and now it's going to search for research having to do with symbolic interaction and education. And now it's down to 410 articles that it's found. So you can see that just by adding that second search term, we knocked our search results down from, I think we originally had 7,000 something, down to 410. So adding a second search term can be a good way to narrow your search results when you're finding too many articles on your topic. 410 articles is still a lot of articles, so let's try and limit the results even further. If I click on Modify Search, go back to the Advanced Search screen, and notice on the Advanced Search screen, down below the search boxes, it's giving me some options to limit my results. And let's try limiting the results to articles published in the last 5 years. If you notice, there's an option there that says publication date. Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
And when I click in that pull-down menu there, it gives me a bunch of options. And I'm going to select the one that says specific date range. If I select specific date range and click on that, then it's going to give me the option to limit to particular date ranges. And so let's limit the results to articles published just in the last 5 years. In the first year box, I'm going to type in 2011 as the date. And then down below in that second year box, I'm going to type in 2016 as the second date. And then click on search. And now it's going to search for research having to do with symbolic interaction and education, but only published in the last 5 years, only since 2011. And now it's down to 81 articles that it's found. And if you look through your results, you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see that all these articles have been published in the last 5 years, all since 2011. In addition to being able to limit your search results, you can also broaden the results if you're not finding enough articles on your topic. If you add an asterisk symbol at the end of a search term, it's going to search for all the variant endings of that term. So I'm going to click on Modify Search and go back to the Advanced Search screen. And on the Advanced Search screen, I'm going to click on Clear and get rid of the old search terms. And also get rid of the date limits from our previous search. And in the search box, I'm going to type the root word theor, T-H-E-O-R. That's the root of the word theory. And then add an asterisk symbol at the end of that root word, like that. And notice, so it's now T-H-E-O-R and then an asterisk symbol, no space in between the root word theor and the asterisk symbol, just one continuous string of characters. And now if I click on search, it's going to search not only for that root word theor, as in theory, but all the variant endings of that. So it's going to pick up theory, theories, theorem, theoretical, any variant ending on the word theory. So you don't have to do multiple searches. It's going to search all those variations simultaneously. So I'm going to go ahead and click on search. And now it's searching all those variations simultaneously. And notice the result there, it's found 294,139 articles having to do with that root word theor. So using an asterisk symbol at the end of a search term can be a good way to expand your results when you're not finding enough articles on your topic. Another way that you can broaden your search results is to use the word "or" as a connector between search terms. I'm going to click on Modify Search and go back to the Advanced Search screen. And on the Advanced Search screen, down below where I've typed that root word there, notice there's a little "and" box there on the left side. If I click on that little "and" box and change "and" to "or," and in the second box, I'm going to type a second search term. I'm going to type the word "paradigms" as a second search term. So if I click on Search now, it's going to search for any records in the database that have either of those two terms in them. So theory or any variation on that word, or the word "paradigms." And I'm going to click on Search. And now it's up to 302,726 articles that it's found. So using the word "or" as a connector in between search terms, in addition to using the asterisk symbol, can be a good way to expand your results and find more research on your topic when you're not finding enough material. Let's take a look at one of the records. I'm going to scroll down and click on the highlighted title for record number 5. If I click on the highlighted title for number 5 there, it's going to bring up a fuller description of that record. And notice the various elements of the record: the title, the author, the source, the volume number, the issue number, the date, the page numbers. All that information is important when you're trying to find the article. That's called the citation. And down below the citation is an abstract, and the abstract gives you a little summary or description of what the article is about. Of course, that can be very useful when you're trying to determine whether the article is relevant to your topic or not. To get back to the list of search results, all you need to do is click on that option in the upper left corner where it says Back to Results. If I click on that, that's going to take me back to my search results. So once you've found some articles that seem relevant to your topic, the next step is to see whether the library owns the journals that the articles appear in. Just because an article appears in sociological abstracts, it doesn't automatically mean that the library owns that journal. We may or may not subscribe to that particular journal. And the way that you can tell is to use the SFX links that are located in the individual article records within the database. SFX is our linking system. It tells you whether the article is available online in full text form, and if it's not, it gives you some other options for finding it, such as looking it up in the online catalog, or if it's not in the catalog, to request it through document delivery. So I'm going to go back into record number 5 for a minute and click on the highlighted title for record number 5. And when I go into record number 5, if you notice, up towards the top there's an option that says Connect to SFX. If I click on that, that's going to take me into SFX. And when I click on that, what SFX does is it goes out and it searches in the libraries. Remember, we said the library has nearly 400 databases, and so it goes out, it searches in the library's databases, and if it finds it, it returns a link here. Normally, if it goes out and searches and it finds a link, the link would appear up at the top here. And notice that in this particular case, there's no link there. So it's gone out and it's searched in the library's databases, but it hasn't found a link to the full text. So So that's an indication that we don't own the full text of the article online in electronic form. So notice that it's giving you some other options for finding it. And one of the options there says holdings in TTU Online Catalog. And if I click on holdings, that's going to take me into the TTU Online Catalog and allow me to search for that journal in the library's catalog. And so all I would have to do is click on holdings, and it would take me into the catalog, and there's a search base there. All you have to do is type in the title of journal, Studies in Symbolic Interaction, and click on the type of material, whether it's, it'll give you the options to select books or journals or whatever material is you're searching for. In this case, since we're searching for a journal, you'd want to select journals and limit to journals. And then click on go, and if it finds it, it's going to bring up the call number for that journal. And once you have the call number, you know that we have the journal available in hard copy in paper form, and at that point, then you can request it through document delivery if you're not local. And notice that there is a third option in SFX that says if TTU doesn't own this item, request it from Iliad, which is our interlibrary loan document delivery system. And then you would click on that link and log in with your E-Rater username and password, and it would bring up an online request form. All you have to do is, ideally, if it's working right, it should automatically populate the request form with the information, all the information for the citation, and populate those fields on the form. And then all you would have to do is scroll down to the bottom and click on send, and it would send it off to document delivery, and they would get the article for you. So that's how SFX works. That's how you can tell whether we own the article electronically in full text, and if we don't, to use those other options to obtain the article. So let's go back to sociological abstracts. Sociological abstracts also let you search for certain terms and phrases. When you have more than one word and the words have to be together, it's called bound phrase searching. Sociological abstracts only accept certain terms and phrases, so you have to check the vocabulary. If you don't use the proper terms, it won't process your search optimally. And there's an option called the thesaurus option that helps you to find the proper terms to search by. It takes you to an online index and shows you the closest terms to the ones that you type in. So I'm going to go back to the advanced search screen. I'm going to click on advanced search, go back to advanced search. And on the advanced search screen, if you notice up above the search boxes, one of the options there says thesaurus. And so I'm going to click on that option. And that's going to bring up the sociological thesaurus for this database. And so let's try using the thesaurus. I'm going to type in, just as an example, I'll type in peer pressure as a search phrase. And then I'm going to click on find, and now it's going to search for that phrase in the index. And if you look at the results, in this case, you'll notice that they're not using the phrase peer pressure. Instead, they're using the phrase peer relation. So it's a good idea if you're doing a search in sociological abstracts and you're typing in some search terms and you're not getting good results, you might want to check this thesaurus option. Sometimes it can just be a matter of changing one or two words, and you might get a very different result. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, I'm going to close this down and go back to social abstracts. Does anybody have any questions so far about sociological abstracts? Okay. Okay, let me show you something else. Suppose you want to search for articles in a particular journal. Let's say you want to find articles on ethnomethodology that have appeared lately in a journal called Qualitative Sociology. I'm going to click on Clear and remove the old search terms. And in the first search box, I'm going to type in my topic, which is ethnomethodology. And down below in the second box, I'm going to type the title of the journal, which in this case is Qualitative Sociology. And then in the box to the far right of the second box, I'm going to change the field from the one that says anywhere to the one that says publication title. If I select publication title as the search field in that box to the far right of the second box, and then click on search, it's going to search for articles on ethnomethodology, but only limited to that one journal, only to qualitative sociology. So I'm going to go ahead and click on search, and let's see what it finds. And it says it's found 66 articles on the topic of ethnomethodology. And if you look at your results, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. They should all be from that same journal, all from qualitative sociology. So that's how you limit your results to a particular journal. Let's try another one. I'm going to click on Modify Search, go back to the Advanced Search screen, and click on Clear, get rid of the old search terms. And in the search box, let's say I want to find research on rational choice theory, but just limited to a journal called Rationality in Society. So in that first search box, I'm going to type in rational choice. And then down below, in the second box, I'm going to type the title of the journal, which in this case is Rationality and Society. And in the box to the far right of that second box, I'm going to click in the box and select the field that says Publication Title, and then click on Search. And now it's searching for research having to do with rational choice, but only limited to that one journal, only to Rationality and Society. And again, it's found 213 articles, and if you scroll down through your results, they should all be from that same journal, all from Rationality and Society. Any questions about how to limit the results to a particular journal? Okay, so let's say you want to display and print a group of records. If you notice in your search results, or in my search results, there's a series of little check boxes next to the result on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and click in those first three boxes, just as an example. And when I've clicked on those three articles, if you notice towards the upper right there, it's giving me some options to print them or email them or cite them. So I'm going to click on print. And when I click on print, this little window pops up, and it's going to ask me what form I want the articles in, and what style, and so forth. And I'm going to click on continue. If I click on continue, it's going to display the full records for those articles. If I scroll down here, it's showing me the full records rather than just the brief record. At this point, if I want to print them, all I have to do is click on print, or right-click on my mouse and select the print option, and it'll print them out for me. So that's how you display and print a group of records. Click on back to go back to the previous page. Does anybody have any questions about sociological abstracts? Does it seem pretty clear so far? Okay. Let's try doing a search in another database. We're going to go into a database called SocIndex, which is another very good database for finding research about sociology. The difference between sociological abstracts and SocIndex is that SocIndex does tend to have more full text in it, even though it's not quite as comprehensive a database as sociological abstracts. It is probably a better source for finding full text articles. So I'm going to click on Home and go back to the library's homepage. And on the library's homepage, remember what we clicked on to get to sociological abstracts. First, I want to click on Databases A to Z, and then click on Category, and then scroll down a little bit. Click on Social Sciences in that category column on the left. Then in the subcategory column on the right, scroll down a little bit, and you should see an option for Sociology, Anthropology, and Social Work. Click on that. Then click on Go. And that's going to bring up a list of databases related to sociology, anthropology, and social work. And remember, these are arranged alphabetically by title. So if I go down towards the end of the alphabet, if I click on Next, go to the next screen. And one of the options there, right above the link to sociological abstracts, there's a link there to SocIndex with full text. And notice that there's a little full text designation next to that, indicating that this database does have a lot of full text in it. So I'm going to click on that, go into SocIndex with full text.
Can you repeat that?
I clicked on the link that says SocIndex with full text to take me into the SocIndex with full text database. And it's trying to connect now to the SocIndex database. And it's being a little pokey this morning. Still waiting for it to connect. And I'm going to go back and try and connect again, see if I can get in.
Brian, just so you know, I'm going to be leaving at 11, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, this time it connected, so that's going to bring up the basic search screen for Social Index. And if you click on Advanced Search, that's going to give you more options to search by. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Advanced Search to go to the Advanced Search screen. And let's try doing a search. In the search box, I'm going to type in the word functionalism as our search term, and then click on Search. And it looks like it's found one record having to do with functionalism. I think it should have found more than that.
Isn't that functionalism spelled wrong, Brian?
You're right. Thank you. That's why I didn't find it. Thanks, Nadia. I appreciate your noticing that. Okay, so let's try functionalism with a C. And let's see if it finds some more. Okay, that's better. So it's found 1,267 articles related to functionalism. So 1,267 articles is a lot of articles, so I don't want to scroll through that many articles. So if you remember, in sociological abstracts, we added a second search term as a way to narrow our results. So that's what I'm going to do again. In that second search box, I'm going to add a second search term. And so I'm going to type in the word work and click on search. And now it's searching for research having to do with work and functionalism. And it's being a little pokey. There it goes. Okay. So now it's down to 252 articles that it's found. So again, if you notice, we started out originally, we had about 1,200 articles, and now we're down to 252. So adding a second search term can be a good way to limit your results when you're finding too many articles on your topic. 252 articles is still a lot of articles, so let's try and limit the results even further. Let's limit the results to articles published in the last 3 years. I'm going to click on Advanced Search, go back to the Advanced Search screen. And on the Advanced Search screen, you'll notice down below the search boxes, it's giving you some limit options. And one of the limit options says, on the right side there, says data publication. So I'm going to click on that first year box and type in 2013 as the first date. And in the second year box, I'm going to type in 2016 as the second date. And scroll back up, click on search, and now it's searching for research having to do with functionalism and work, but only published in the last 3 years, only since 2013. And notice that it's down to 18 articles that it's found, and all of these should have been published in the last 3 years. If I want to search for articles in a particular journal, let's say I want to find articles on conflict theory that have appeared lately in a journal called Social Forces, if I click on Advanced Search, come back to the Advanced Search screen, and click on Reset. If you click on the Reset button, that's going to remove the date limits from your previous search. Click on Reset. Click on Clear, get rid of the old terms. And in the first search box, I'm going to type in conflict theory as my search terms. Then down below, in the second box, I'm going to type the title of the journal, which in this case is Social Forces. And in the box immediately to the right of the second box, I'm going to select the field that says SO publication name. If I select that as the field, and then click on Search, it's found, looks like it's found 27 articles on conflict theory that have been published in that journal in Social Forces. And again, if you scroll down through the results, you'll see that they all appear in that same journal in Social Forces. I'm going to give you one more example. Let's say I want to find articles on feminist theory that have appeared lately in a journal called Current Perspectives in Social Theory. So I'm going to click on Clear and get rid of the old search terms. And in the first search box, I'm going to type in feminist theory. And then down below in the second box, I'm going to type the title of the journal, which in this case is Current Perspectives in Social Theory. And then in that box to the right of the second box, I'm going to select the field that says SO publication name, and then click Search. And now it's searching for articles on feminist theory, but only limited to that one journal, only Current Perspectives in Social Theory. And it's found 17 articles. Again, if I scroll through those articles, you can see that they're all from that one journal, all from Current Perspectives in Social Theory. If I want to display and print a group of records, if you notice in the results there on the right side of the screen, series of folder icons. I'm going to go ahead and click on the first three as an example. And when I've selected those three articles for printing, if you notice in that blue bar running across the top of the screen, there's an option there that says folder. I click on folder. It's going to show me the brief record for those three articles. And if I want to display the full record, I need to click on where it says select, deselect all. I'm going to click on that. And when I've clicked on that, on the right side, there's an option that says print. If I click on print, it's going to take me to this next screen where it says Print Manager. If I click on that yellow button that says print, that's going to bring up the full records for those three articles that I selected for printing. Notice if I scroll down, it's displaying the full records. And there's an option on the left side here that says print. If I click on that, that's going to print out the articles. Of course, in this case, we don't want to print them out because we're doing this as an example. So I'm going to click on cancel it out, and click on back to advanced search. And so that's how you do basic searching in SocIndex and sociological abstracts. Does anybody have any questions about how to search in sociological abstracts or SocIndex?
you.
Okay.
Questions about abstract.
Does anybody have any questions? I heard somebody say something, but I wasn't able to make out the audio. Okay. So if nobody has any questions, I think that probably concludes most of what I have to say. If you do have any questions subsequently, after the session is over, please don't hesitate to contact me. The way that you can get in touch with me is I'm going to just show you, if I click on Home and go back to the library's homepage, and on the library's homepage, in that column on the left side of the screen, there's an option there that says Personal Librarians. If you click on that, that's going to bring up a list of all the different subject areas and the librarians that are responsible for those subject areas. So if you, and these areas, these subject areas are arranged alphabetically by title. So if you scroll down to the end of the alphabet to sociology and click on sociology, that's going to bring up my LibGuide for sociology. And this has some useful information about research tools for sociology, including some recommended databases and some reference works. And also on the right side there is my contact information. So if you want to contact me, you can use this page as a way to get in touch with me.
That is wonderful, Ryan. That's
so yeah, so that's an easy way to get in touch with me if you want to do that, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have about finding research for sociology or about using the library or the library's resources to find information related to sociology. The one thing that I do ask is that I often get emails or calls from students Saturday night or Sunday night at midnight saying, you know, I'm desperate, I need to find this information, can you please help me? And, you know, the one thing you want to remember is I'm always glad to help you, but you have to give me enough time, and I'm not going to be waiting up at midnight on Saturday night or Sunday night waiting for your request to come in. So, so the one thing I would ask is that if you do need help to, you know, give me enough time to respond. You know, if you email me in the middle of the night on a weekend, I'm probably not going to get back to you within the next couple of minutes. So please do give me enough time to get back to you, and just, you know, give me a little lead time because I get a lot of requests, and I do have a life outside the library, believe it or not, and I appreciate your respecting that. So this isn't McDonald's. So just please keep that in mind when you're requesting information. And thank you for attending this session. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. And remember, this has all been recorded, so there'll be a recording that's available to you that is going to be posted on Blackboard after the session, so you can go back and refer to that anytime if you want to review it. Thank you.